Okay, this just in on 21st August 2025 in Singapore, where 42-year-old Mr. A has been sentenced to 26 months imprisonment and 6 strokes of the cane for repeatedly inappropriately touching his female colleague Lady B during night shifts. He was also ordered to pay $766.55 Singapore dollars to cover the victim's psychiatric and psychological treatment expenses due to the trauma caused by the assaults. After reading the incidents, the timeline, I'm just left wondering if Lady B, the victim, could have ended her ordeal much earlier or could have prevented it, So it first happened on February 6, 2024, when during a night shift, Mr. A, the offender, suddenly hugged the victim, Lady B, from behind for 5 minutes without her consent in an office setting where they were deployed together. So for context, apparently they were working together in an office setting and also in an isolated setting. Not sure does it mean they were further away from civilization, although this happened in Singapore. So are you telling me this happened in an island, or could it be just an isolated office building, in the late nights, which was considered isolation? And then on February 8 to 9, past midnight to the 9, 2024, the offender, Mr. A, and the victim, Lady B again, I'm just going to start referring to them as Mr. A and Lady B, were the only team members working that night shift in an isolated office once again, when suddenly at 1:30 a.m, this should be at February 9 now, Mr. A made Lady B sit on his lap. The word used here is made her sit on his lap. I would assume this implies some kind of forceful perhaps. And after that, he hugged her from behind and touched her inappropriately. Mr. A asked Lady B if that was okay and she said no. But he continued touching her inappropriately despite her objection. And after that, he actually fell asleep and woke up an hour later around 2:30 a.m. Mr. A was still in a position where he was still hugging Lady B, and he continued his inappropriate touching again. Mr. A then fell asleep for a second time, this time waking up at around 5:30 a.m. And apparently he was still hugging her. And when he wakes up, every time he wakes